Welcome back to the Goats and Sheep podcast. In the last one, we did touch upon it a little bit, but we're going to talk about it more broadly now. It's the talk of the football world all summer. They've taken over the transfer market, the Saudi Pro League. Obviously, the year to stay is another Chinese league. I'll go first, so I'm just going to give my verdict as it is, bro. It's here to stay. They've got the money, 561 billion. That's the pot that they're playing with. The PIF, the personal investment fund that's in charge of Newcastle, they took over as well, and they've obviously taken over. And Nasser, Al-Ahli, Al-Hilal, and Al-Ittihad, the teams I've got Benzema, and obviously I'm repping. If the Saudi Pro League, any of the representatives are watching, I'm free. I'm a free agent at the moment, and I am looking.
20 million a year?
I'm what's the word, man? You just put it.
I'm just putting myself out there.
No, that. What's the word, man? I'm open to negotiation, so it's a blank contract that I want them to put in front of me. Because I'm priceless, I'm invaluable, to be honest. I'm a superstar. They're going after Mohammed Salah. They're going to throw everything at him, apparently offering to make him the second highest player in the world after Ronaldo, 1.2 million. And the offer that they've offered him is mental, that they'll give him 50% of his salary up front.
Yeah. There's rumours going around that apparently all the players are on that in the Saudi League.
Nah.
Rumours. I don't know, it's just rumours.
No, but is that what you think that's what's gone there?
You never know.
Because look, you know what?
I don't know about 50, but you never know, there might be some.
I don't think all of them would
20%.
be. I think Benzema would have got 50, if any.
Superstars like him, Neymar, Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, three Mane as well. Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Players like that.
I think Mane is on 36 million a year at the moment there, right?
650k a week.
It's insane. Obviously, speaking of Sadio Mane, right? I don't think he was given enough of a chance at Bayern Munich. It wasn't that he's ran to Saudi. He had no other option.
Yeah.
Because nobody else was going for him at the time, you see. So where Saudi have trumped the market, like I just mentioned in the introduction, right? For me anyway, so obviously, is the transfer fees they're offering for some of these players is crazy, man. Like Jordan Henderson for 12 million, for example, at the age that he is in the last year of his contract.
I think the thing is, when you chuck money at something, it's more likely to happen.
That's what I'm saying. You're 40.
Yeah, so for them, it's just like, we don't want to mess around. We want to get straight into it.
Yeah.
We want to put the money down. The club's going to look at it and think, you know what, we can get new money, a new investment in. Boom, that's it. Get rid of dead wood.
What about what everyone's talking about, right? Let's get to the big elephant in the room. Sorry, I just hit my head, yeah?
Go on.
You know, the everyone's going to Saudi. Why are they going to Saudi? Why are they choosing Saudi Arabia, the money? Pep Guardiola, I think, hit it perfectly. Somebody up in his press conference when he goes, when Saudi come knocking, all the clubs are opening their doors. They're all rolling out the red carpet and they're asking what price are you offering us?
Yeah.
They don't complain then.
No, they don't.
None of them are complaining when the Saudis come to and knock on their door to offer them the fees.
No, they're not, because
Right.
they could easily reject it.
Obviously, there's pundits as well. That's why we need to get into who are just
Like Carragher and Neville.
Yeah. It started off with Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, is the Ronaldo effect? They had to sign Ronaldo first. I know there's people saying they were. You know, Benzema would have gone for the money anyway. He probably would have, but he wouldn't have looked at it seriously if Ronaldo wasn't there.
Do you know what it is? Ronaldo's the most influential figure in football. Anyway, so
Athlete in the world.
Athlete in the world. So there you go. So of course he had an effect. Obviously, to what degree, people are going to argue different things. Me and you personally, we think that Ronaldo was the main effect.
He opened the door.
Obviously, money is a major effect as well. You'd go, I'd go, anyone would go. At that age, at Ronaldo's age, he'd won everything anyway. What was, why were people, looking down on it?
No,
I don't understand. Man was 37, he'd won everything.
5-time Ballon d'Or.
Came back to the Premier League and he was the third top scorer in the league. Do you know what I mean?
He scored in the Champions League as well that season. He's beaten Messi in that race.
He's won everything other than the World Cup.
Assist leader, appearance leader, and goal scoring leader in the Champions League. He's missed the Champions League.
Yeah.
He won it 5 times. So obviously you're right. So I think he won 7 leagues overall in Europe as well. He won the European Championship with Portugal. He won the Nations League with Portugal as well. He's the highest international goal scorer of all time. He's still playing international football. He's made the most international caps of all time, I think, as well. So his longevity is there.
He's a legend at each club he's been at, man.
And even now here at Nasser, today he's got a hat-trick. They won 5-0. I know they lost the first 2 games. They lost to Al Attifaq in the first game. The Gerrard boys, Al Atifaki, Ana Atifaki, Ana Steven Gerrard, Ana Gerrard. Marhaba. You see the celebrations, mate? He goes, it's only 2 wins. Calm down, lads. Calm down. They're all doing all this and everything.
That's it, who wants it?
So that's a sick one as well, innit? Like, nothing we saying, bro. What are you on about?
Communication.
That's the hilarious thing they say, communication. And that's what the breakdown is. The barrier is communication and that.
Yeah.
But Gerrard, he seems like he's enjoying it. He did speak about, anyway, I got a bit sidetracked with Gerrard. I'll speak about him later.
Yeah.
Nasser, they lost their first 2 games. They won the Arab Club Cup Championship, right? Obviously, Ronaldo's won his first silverware now in Saudi Arabia. He's opened the door. We agree on that personally. Where I want to finish on this, Saudi have always had money, the Middle East have always had money. If you look in Guardiola ended his career in Qatar, Gabriel Batistuta ended his career in Qatar, Xavi ended it in Qatar. I just named 3 off the top of my head. Right? I think Clarence Seedorf had a spell in Qatar as well. Risto Stoichkov played 2 games for Al Nassr. The Al Nassr that we're talking about, I'm going to put a video from my TikTok, a short.
Was it that?
1998 Asian Cup Winners' Cup. So they've always had the money, they've always had the clout, they've always had the pull. I think now, obviously, because they've expanded into other sports, and I'm not going to go into it socially with what's going on around the world. I think they've positioned themselves, Saudi Arabia, this is, to be the strong, to be the dominant force in the transfer market. The COVID had a massive effect on all the clubs' finances. I just want to quickly put that in there, especially in Europe.
Yeah.
And they've taken massive advantage of. And is Guardiola hitting on the head? I don't know why the pundits have got such a big issue with them going there. They don't have an issue when they go MLS.
They never did.
They never did.
China, Russia.
China,
everywhere.
You know, and Russia, they didn't really say much about Russia. Yeah, they didn't. You're right. It's just obviously.
But the thing is, there hasn't been an effect like that.
That's
the
what I
Saudi
mean.
league. They've not seen the numbers that we're seeing. Look at the numbers that we're seeing.
It's astronomical. Ronaldo's the highest paid player. Benzema second highest. Neymar, who for me has been the statement.
No, just the sheer number of players and managers that have gone there.
Oh yeah, you mean
Look at the players and managers
yes,
that have gone there, man. It's unbelievable. Look,
I get what you mean.
We've got Laporte, we've got Neymar,
I'll go to
Mane, Maximum, Mahrez, Henderson, Ronaldo, Benzema, Firmino, Kante, Mendy, Neves.
Milinkovic-Savic,
There's
Malcolm,
20 plus.
Koulibaly, Telles, Brozovic, Moussa Dembele is up front for
Bono.
Ittihad. Yassine Bono's in there for that.
Jota, even though he might be leaving.
Jota might be leaving. I don't know why, but that's
We'll get onto that.
That's a funny one.
If it happens,
Fab's there as well. So I mean, it's not
Checo
stopping.
Fofana.
Gabri Viegas just joined as well. Obviously, Tony Cruz calling the embarrassing. I'll be honest, Tony Cruz putting his nose and getting his leg, spreading his legs in everyone's business is embarrassing, man.
Yeah.
I know you've won everything. I know you're a 5-time Champions League winner, World Cup winner, one of the greatest central midfielders of all time. In my opinion, very underrated.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But Yara, I don't know why I'm saying Yara to you, because you don't understand that. Yeah, Guten Tag, Hallo, Hallo, Neinstens, Richtung, Hui, Danke, thank you. Please stop spreading your legs in everyone's
Do you know what it
business.
is? I think my man's twerking for it.
Oh, to go to Saudi.
My man's twerking for it. He's jealous.
Reverse psychology.
He's jealous.
Reverse
He's
psychology.
thinking, wait a minute, you lot have offered A, B, C, you've offered players like Neves of Wolves.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong, top player,
yeah.
But come on, Neves of Wolves, you've offered him this.
That's what I'm saying, he's one of the greatest.
They've got, look at the midfield Madrid have got, they don't need Cruz. Okay, he's good there, but they don't need him now.
No, they don't.
They're moving on now.
Times,
they've won everything. There's no need. He's thinking, hold on a minute, you've offered all these players. Telles is there. What the fuck? What's Telles doing there?
Straight
What
up.
the fuck's he?
Right, the surprising one that hasn't gone there yet, Sergio Ramos.
I think he'll be there soon.
Besiktas deal broke down with him.
Sooner or later.
He said, yeah, what do you mean sooner or later? No, never soon for him. You forgot they say, yeah, come on.
They don't mind, man.
No,
Listen, it's all about the name. It's not
no,
about
I'm
the
not saying, I'm saying for Ramos hasn't got the time, so I'm not, Saudi don't care, you're right. I agree.
No, but he'll play for the fuck of it. He'll think, you know what? Think about it.
I'm 40, I'll
2
get
more
it.
years. Work it out.
Yeah.
800 grand a week. Jobs
But
are good.
you know what? Personally, yeah, he was PSG's best defender last season. And you know, I watched a lot of PSG, especially since they bought Neymar.
Yeah.
From when they bought Neymar, I started watching him,
Obviously,
and especially with Messi there.
He's one of the greatest of all time.
But I was impressed with him last season. I was surprised they actually let him go on the free in the end. Eden Hazard was the one I was going to say. Yo, Eden Hazard is a free agent, and he's still a free agent. Today I read Crystal Palace might be going for him. Eden Hazard, bro.
I don't know what to say about Hazard.
I've been recently. I've
He
seen.
didn't even deserve the Saudi Pro League.
No, but recently I've seen a few clips that you know when the Chelsea players used to talk about him when he was at his peak Hazard those days back then. They always said, yeah, this guy's training. He was really bad trainer, really bad trainer, arrogant trainer in a way, right? That he'd obviously he knew he was the best there.
He was that talented. He didn't need to put effort.
Apparently, John Obi Mikel said he'd stand in the training matches. He'd wait for it to go 1-0 down or whatever his team. Then he'd say to his team, pass me the ball and let me show you now that I am better than you lot in that type of way. That is a wash at Madrid. In his first pre-season, I had Joel Bayer said this on his Bayer in it second on Rio's 5 with Live.
Yeah.
His first pre-season, a good point as well he made. Let me just put that in there, that was a good point I made. That Hazard's first pre-season, his comeback, obviously is the Burger Boy pre-season if you remember.
Yeah.
And he didn't care. And when he got asked, he goes, when I'm on vacation. Like, you're at Real Madrid now, it's your career-defining move, your legacy
It's a step up.
The step up.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea are a massive club, don't get me wrong, but Real Madrid is a different level, man.
Quick ones.
It's a different level.
Salah, Alexis, Eden Hazard, in their prime in the Premier League, who are you taking? Start Benzema.
Salah, start. Bench, Hazard, sell Alexis.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But I did see a little compilation of Alexis today at Arsenal.
Don't get me wrong,
It was
Alexis
easy,
was smoked for 2 years at Arsenal.
very good, yeah.
But he was no Van Persie though. And I'm not saying that from a United perspective. Even at Arsenal, Van Persie was just...
Well, yeah, Van
I
Persie
don't know
was
why I went there, but I had to go there because it's, double
Hello.
looking it. But yeah, Salah, obviously, Shaley for...
So you think Eden is just Salah, you're going to see for what?
Shaley for everything,
Consistency.
the individual performances. Sometimes, I'd compare him to, like, not in terms of how he plays, but in terms of how he'd be so shit for 80 minutes.
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes, 10 minutes, he turns the spark on. And do you know who was like this? Wayne Rooney. You will obviously remember as much as what I remember being a United fan.
100%.
I used to watch Rooney and think, what
There's
is
one
Rooney?
moment that it sticks out to me is the
Then
overhead
he
kick.
there you go. He was playing so crap that game, and then he pulls the overhead kick. One of the greatest.
Yeah,
goals
look at
of
the
all
pass
time.
in the build-up.
The Newcastle volley, he was pissed off. He was having a bit of a crap in he pulled one of the greatest volleys of all time. There, like Salah, I've watched Salah even for Liverpool, and like he's having such a stinker, and then out of the blue, boom, in the box. He's like Messi, in and out, curls the ball in, boom.
Right, when Salah, right, does he get the credit that he deserves overall?
Not overall.
He
I
doesn't
think
deserve-
the Premier League fans know, and I think
Is it just...
I think African fans obviously will know. And
Has he ascended?
I think Muslim fans would probably know as well because he's a big figure in.
He's the leading Arab player in the world, 100%.
Yeah.
Hence why Saudi are going all out to get him, right? But I just think that there's a lot of rival fans, right? He's surpassed where rival fans can hate on him. He's done that great now.
You can't.
That's what I mean.
You can't.
But I still think rival fans love to
Because
hate
he's not even
Mohammed
he's
Salah.
not even arrogant either. Like there is a touch of arrogance there.
You gotta be doing
Yeah,
it.
you have to, but he's quite humble. Like, and you gotta rate that. And you gotta rate the trade.
Is he going next season? This season?
If they throw big enough money at Liverpool, they'll be tempted for it. 100 million plus, they'll take it. They'll take it all day.
Apparently that they've already thrown it. Klopp today in his press conference, flat out.
How much?
They've thrown 100 million at him.
120 jobs are good and 130 jobs are good. And they'll take it, man.
He's obviously open to listening to the offer.
They got 130 and then they had 115 for 110 for Caicedo.
240.
That's 240. They spent what, 20 on the end or 30 on the end, or they got over 200 million still, according to numbers. God knows, innit? We don't know what they have.
Right. Mitrovic signed as well. I forgot to mention that 50 million.
Oh, he was obviously dying for it, so
He scored in his debut yesterday.
Yeah.
They've won the 2 games and they've drawn 1 Hilal.
Yeah.
Ittihad, who I've got on, they've won the first 3 games. Benzema scored
top of the league.
top of the league. Benzema got his first Saudi Pro League goal. There is reports of a rift going on there. Nuno, it seems like wherever he goes, man, at Tottenham he had issues. Who's the club that?
I feel like he's got an attitude problem.
Nuno Espirito himself. Yeah, it could be. Could be. Is it, he flopped in it after Wolves. He should have stayed there. That was the right club for him. Going to Tottenham was
I think he had a good project going on there with all the young Portuguese and Spanish and that mix he had ongoing.
Latin mix.
It was just really nice. The football they were playing was decent. I think their criticism would be lack of goals. And after Jimenez's injury, they really should have sold him and replaced him straight away. Like, I don't think he's going to do it off Fulham personally. I know I'm going a bit off track here, but I think Nuno should have stayed at Wolves, tried improving there, himself as a coach, and then maybe made a move somewhere later. But it was too early for him.
Who wins that power battle, Benzema or Nuno?
Benzema.
Casting it
All day.
There's reports saying that
Nuno's
going to win the battle.
Nuno's not anything as a coach. Like, yeah, he did decent at Wolves, but
not to what Benzema is as a player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Benzema is one of the greatest of all time, man. Like,
Defo.
And you got to remember the Saudi league it's established, but it's not fully established yet.
Okay.
Whereas a new manager's come in and he's gonna shepherd someone out. Benzema just come in as well.
Yeah.
So they're both fresh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
so both of them being there, both of them being fresh, you're gonna take Benzema, aren't you? Because he's the star. He's the man.
He's the attraction.
And he's one of the highest paid players there. And he's the attraction. And he's Muslim, isn't he? So
that's the link that the Saudi are trying to build.
There you go.
With obviously the Muslim players. I think he went on Umrah again today, mashallah. So that's where the advantage is for the Muslim players to go there, and they're in that environment. They get to go. Who's gonna win the Saudi league for you?
Ittihad.
Like the reigning champions at the moment is Ittihad.
With the strengthening they've done.
Kante, Fabinho, Jota,
Fabinho,
Romarinho,
Benzema.
In defence, I don't know if they've bought any defenders or not. Ittihad, I don't think they have, and I don't think they improved the goalkeeper. It was Ahli who bought Ibanez. Ahli. And they've got Kessie. Kessie scored a 96-minute winner yesterday.
I mean, each team does, they've all got strengths to them.
In each position as well, in each role.
But for me, I don't know, it's just
Ittihad,
isn't it? But Ronaldo will have a chip on his shoulder as well. So
that's what I've got in my head right now, yeah.
So even though they've lost two, don't write them off.
I've got Al Hilal to win it.
Because they've strengthened late as well.
Yeah.
To their defence.
Yeah,
some of their signings have come in a bit later.
The bottom just come down.
Do you know what I mean? So
I've gone for Hilal. Neymar, Mitrovic, Malcolm, Neves, Milinkovic, Savic, Koulibaly, Bono's playing for them. And that left winger that I was talking about that scored past Argentina, Al Dawsari, the best Saudi player. He's like the top talent. He plays for Al Hilal as well. Al Hilal, Al Ittihad is like their Clasico, by the way. So for the viewers that are watching, that's between 14th and 16th of December, that match. All the matches on DAZN. I don't know if all of them are live, but they've got the UK broadcasting deals now. So that's it. Some thinks Ittihad are going to win. I think Hilal are going to win.
Saudi here to stay.
They're here to stay. Just to end it, so far, who's been the signing of the summer in the Saudi League?
Got to be Neymar, isn't it?
Neymar for me as well. Who's going to be the signing of the summer?
Benzema.
Benzema for you? For me, I think it's going to be Milinkovic Savic. The reason I've gone for him is he's a player who's come bang middle of his prime, and he's like that box to box physical.
The reason I've gone for Benzema is because his finishing is still on point. I know Ronaldo's still scoring as well, but Benzema can still play in any league in the world, in my opinion. Still.
Benzema, right? Well, let's end with this.
He can play up front for any Premier League.
Might take about 5 minutes.
Other than, obviously, if you're going to argue for City, like we've got Haaland, we don't need Benzema. If you're going to argue for City, but other than City, he could still play for City, by the way. But other than City, he could start for he'd start for Liverpool.
Yeah.
He'd start for United.
Yeah.
He'd start for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And he'd start for Chelsea. There you go. Boom.
Yeah.
And Newcastle. Boom.
Yeah. Juventus.
And
yeah.
Tottenham.
Milan,
But they
yeah.
should be, so.
Inter, yeah. Barca, yeah.
Yeah.
I take him over
For
Lewandowski.
Lewandowski all day.
We're doing the podcast on the La Liga, probably.
So yeah,
The next one or the
that's
one
why I'm
after.
going for Benzema. He's still got it in him. He's gonna be the
Where is he
he's gonna
in
be
the-
the top scorer in the Saudi league this year.
Where is he the best number 9 in the world right now in the rankings?
It's hard for me to
Is
say.
it 3? Would you put Kane number 2?
I can't see it.
I would have put
Hard
Kane ahead,
now,
to be honest.
Do you know what? We need to see what's gonna happen in the Saudi league now as well. Benzema was the best player in the world last year.
You understand also on that merit alone that he is.
So he's the best himself, but obviously Haaland's the dominator. He's the one.
The Terminator.
Yeah,
He's
the
only-
dominator, the Terminator, the bloody whatever you wanna call him.
And he's in his prime mode,
Yeah,
isn't he?
so but Benzema, he's top 3 still, yeah. But obviously he's not in top 3 leagues. So.
Right, there you are, Saudi Pro League. We'll be back for more. Thank you very much for joining us. Like, share, subscribe, and comment.